So I wanted to give an update and some thoughts on the continued journey of Nvidia's GeForce Now game streaming platform, because literally within days of posting my initial review, let's just say a couple of things changed. So these changes, they very quickly changed my initial thoughts on the service to, good business model, good performance, very promising, to you could pay for your subscription and just very quickly, without warning, the game that you intended to play just gets ripped away. So what exactly happened? After the initial launch, it looks like Activision Blizzard was the first publisher to stand up and be like, whoa.
Lois, this is not my Batman glass.
We never agreed to this. Jerry, you agreed to this? Greg, you sign off on this? Karen. So initially I planned to leave it a couple of days before making an update video because I just assumed it was something that would maybe work its way out within the week. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So let's get into it. So although we haven't had full communication on this, the reason behind Activision's move seems to be that there was no commercial agreement in place between Activision and Nvidia before they decided to take their service from beta and move it into production. It does seem like there was some communication from Nvidia's side reaching out to Activision to make sure they were happy for their games to stay on the platform, but there was a, quote, misunderstanding. Which, let's just clarify, this is a multi-billion-dollar gaming industry. It's not quite the same as thinking you was going to meet your girl Becky outside Forever 21 and not Starbucks. In my head, I would have seen it as more of a conversation in a room with lawyers, stuff written down on paper, instead of just an email between Nvidia and Activision going, yo, we good? So with Activision Blizzard pulling out, here's just a quick list of the games players have lost access to on GeForce Now. All the Call of Duties, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, World at War, World War 2. Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy, that one hurts. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Diablo 3, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch, StarCraft Remastered, StarCraft 2, World of Warcraft, Battle for Azeroth, and World of Warcraft Classic. GeForce Now has stated they remain hopeful that they can re-add these games to the service, but as of yet, we have no word from Activision. So this commercial agreement seems like something that could be a recurring issue between Nvidia and game publishers. Smart Mark, what exactly is a commercial agreement? A commercial agreement is a legally binding contract between parties where both are required to do particular activities or refrain from doing something. But it doesn't look like Nvidia is looking to have these types of agreements in place, instead being more on the side of the agreement lies between you, the player, and the game publisher who you bought that game from, and they are just an independent third party who are providing you with a platform to access those games. So how do we know this might be an issue for other publishers? Well, it didn't take long for another one to follow suit and pull their entire library of games from the service. In a move with a lot less communication, which has led to some more speculation, Bethesda has done the exact same and removed the following games from GeForce Now. Wolfenstein The New Order, Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus, The Evil Within 2, Rage 2, Quake Champions, Prey, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 76, no loss there, Fallout 3, Everspace, Doom, Dishonored, Dishonored 2, Dishonored Death of the Outsider, Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Skyrim, that one hurts, and Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition. But weirdly, Wolfenstein Youngblood is staying on the service, kind of like Bethesda went, no, keep that one. But obviously within that list we mentioned Doom, which is extremely indicative that if they don't work something out with Bethesda, then Doom Eternal also will not make its way to GeForce Now. So obviously, not long after launch, this isn't a great look for GeForce Now. So following the news of these two publishers pulling their library, GeForce Now added this to their blog post. This trial was an important transitional period where gamers, developers, and publishers can try the premium experience with minimal commitment while we continue to refine our offering. As we approach a paid service, some publishers may choose to remove their games before the trial period ends. Ultimately, they maintain control of their content and decide whether the game you purchase includes streaming on GeForce Now. Meanwhile, others will bring back games as they continue to realize GeForce Now's value. As the transition period comes to a completion, game removal should be few and far between, with new games added to GeForce Now each week. And then they kind of follow it up in the blog post with, but yo, we still got Fortnite, and the ultimate carrot on a stick for 2020, confirmation that CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077 will be coming to GeForce Now, as well as 1,500 other games which are currently in their onboarding queue. So following the news, there has been a lot of discussions around, are these publishers just being greedy and maybe they want you to buy multiple versions of their games across various platforms? I'm looking at you, Rockstar. I bought like 4 copies of GTA 5. Or potentially, they're saving their games for themselves, maybe for their own streaming platform that they could be launching now they've realized this is a viable option. Just hoping it's not the latter, because I can see a situation where they would kind of adapt a Stadia business model where suddenly they are the storefront and they're also the engine behind it. So if you look at the situation with the publishers who have pulled their games so far, maybe you play a lot of Call of Duty. Okay, so I'll sign up to this Activision Blizzard system, but then I like to play a bit of Fallout 76 on the side. Okay, let's use a real example. I like to play Skyrim on the side. Okay, so now I need to sign up to this Bethesda service as well. Although saying it out loud, it doesn't sound that different from I'll have a little bit of Amazon Prime and then I'll chill with some Netflix and then I got to have me some Hulu and then I finally need to get caught up in season 8 of Game of Thrones. You can skip it. So now I've got to sign up to HBO. As I mentioned in my initial review of GeForce Now, the performance from my testing, this is still just early stages. They've just gone from beta to production. The performance is already pretty spectacular. Their business model, they found this gap in the market where they can just slot in and let you access a library of games you already own. But at the end of the day, before taking something this size from beta to production, they just 100% should have proper agreements in place with all of these game publishers so that it doesn't have an impact on you. At the end of the day, the players, the people who sign up to the service who maybe want to play a very specific game, which could be there today and gone tomorrow. But that is the latest for GeForce Now for the time being. I guess we'll just have to wait to see if maybe these publishers come back around and re-add their games, or if more of them just follow suit and we see the game selection get fewer and fewer. So let me know in the comments down below with the recent news, is GeForce Now still a viable option for you, or was maybe the main game you were looking to play taken away and now it's just not worth it? Let me know down below. But if you enjoyed the video, you found it helpful, a like rating would be appreciated. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel, and as always, I shall see you in the next one.